Hey, this is Steve Kleeman with MTG Connect. I'm here with Alex Schenkel, who did really well in our first MTG Connect tournament. So we thought we'd give him a deck pack today. The deck he chose was Death's Delver, and I'm going to give him a second to talk about it. So let's go on to the side. Cool. So what do we got here?
We just got our average cantrips, obviously, brainstorm and ponder. You need them for any blue deck to function properly, you know. That's pretty obvious.
For sure, for sure. Let me go on the next slide. Cool, so we got our classic disruption.
Yep, we got the Force of Wills, dazes, can't leave home without them. 1 spell pierce, 4 lightning bolt, you need to have removal. Really the main reason the red is in the deck because of lightning bolt.
Really cool. Yeah, so let's take a look at that. So Death Shadows. So you were playing a Death Shadows deck.
Yep. Yeah, very underrated card. Can be a 12/12 for 1 mana. It's a clock on its own. You don't need like a Delver and a deathrite shaman to be able to kill someone quickly with a shadow. You can just start clocking them, and they have to be on the defensive. And the gurmag is obviously the 5th shadow. So.
Yeah, the shadow. Cool. So that's like it's like a 1-drop tarn you're saying, right?
Basically, yeah.
But
bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people chump block with their Tarmogoyf when you play with Death Shadow and it feels pretty good.
So cool, let's take a look at the next, see what else you got here. Painful spells.
Yep, so you need these, obviously, to be able to play your Shadow. We'll show fetch lands and shock lands later. You need to have generally 2 fetch lands, and then 1 of Gitaxian Probe or Thoughtseize to be able to play your Shadow on turn 2, which your Delver deck, you want to be able to play your threats quickly, obviously, while disrupting them, and then you need Snuff out and Dismember to be able to kill bigger creatures as well. So
cool. So because the Phyrexian mana, right? You're paying with Phyrexian mana, so that you're paying the life to help with your Death Shadow.
Yeah, thanks to Gitaxian Probe, I've played a lot of turn 1 Death Shadows as well.
Great.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
How Snuff out? How's it been?
It's been fantastic. One of the best matchups that it is against is Infect, because when you're tapped out, they don't expect you to have anything. They go for their big pump spell, and then you just snuff out the creature.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. That's really
you can also have really nice combat tricks with Death Shadow, where you have like a 1/1 Death Shadow, and they have like, I don't know, 2 Tarmogoyfs or something. They attack with both, and your Shadow's untapped, you snuff out one, and then block the other one, kill it. I've done stuff like that, you know. So.
Cool. No, yeah.
Dismember kind of the same way. You can do that kind of stuff too, but you have to at least pay 1.
For sure. Cool.
Yep, we got our fetch lands and shock lands. Need those to be able to cast everything. Yeah.
So the shock lands are in here for the pain you're seeing.
Yeah. You need to have those. It's weird to see them in Legacy, obviously, but if you're not playing the fetch shock combination, you're not gonna be able to play your shadows, obviously. So.
Gotcha. So take a look at the next slide. Spell lands.
Yep. Wasteland in this deck. The colorless doesn't generally do anything for you. Really, this card is just in here to be able to hit a non-basic land. You can't really play for it because you can't use the mana from it, but you know. I've never been sad about drawing Wasteland.
No, for sure. This card can kind of win the game like on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sometimes your opponent keeps a greedy hand, you just blow up their land, and that's a good game.
They cast their brainstorm, they don't, you tell they miss their land drop, you just waste them.
Yeah.
That feels so good.
Yeah, it's the best, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll take a look at the next slide, see? Necessary Evil.
Yeah, I call these Necessary Evil because they're lands that have to be in the deck, but they don't lose you any life.
Gotcha.
They need to be there, obviously. If you're facing something like Eldrazi or another aggressive deck, you can't really afford to lose life because they're already dealing damage to you, so you have to be able to fetch these, obviously. So.
For sure. I think we're going on the sideboard.
Yep, we got 2 more Wastelands. Like I said, some matchups, Wasteland can just be incredible. You want to be able to have 4 sometimes.
Cool.
Abrupt Decay is there to be able to hit Chalice of the Void mostly. It also hits Counterbalance, obviously.
Great.
There's a lot of 1-drops in the deck. The Tropical Island is the extra green source for Abrupt Decay. If you're facing something like Eldrazi, because they play Wasteland, they can Wasteland your 1 Tropical, and now you can only use Deathrite to be able to cast your Abrupt Decay, so you kind of need to have that.
Yeah.
Fork Bolt is for Death and Taxes, mostly in Elves, anything with small toughness creatures, really easy. The extra Dismember is actually for Eldrazi, and just anything else that you need to be able to kill.
Get a Tarmogoyf, another gurmag.
Exactly, yeah.
There's other choices, cool. So on to the next slide.
Invasive Surgery, it's a nice overall card. You know, you can counter nature's, natural order and glimpse of nature. Against Storm, you can use it on, what is it called? Ad nauseum, to be able to counter that. There's a lot, or not ad nauseum, Infernal Tutor. Yeah, you'll be able to use the counter Infernal Tutor. You have a couple other things you can hit. Flusterstorm, same reason. This deck kind of is weaker against Storm because you're actually not playing Stifle.
Yeah.
So you need these cards. Pyroblast, a nice catch-all, mainly there to be able to counter a True Name Nemesis, because that can be a problem. Pithing Needle, Against lands, I'm kind of afraid of the lands matchup. You need to be able to name like Thespian Stage, you know, to be able to stop them from making a 20/20 surgical, more graveyard or just graveyard hate. And yeah, against combo decks, you can bring it in. It's another 0 mana card that loses you life too, which sometimes comes up. Sometimes you just surgical a random card in their yard to grow your shadow at instant speed when they're not expecting it. So.
Yeah, there you go. And then it's something invasive surgery is something I've been wanting to try as well.
Yeah.
You know, against my deck with all the sorceries, right? So I had reanimate, I had tomb. So
yeah.
That seemed like it was really good. And
yeah.
I've actually seen it, been picking up a little more semen legacy too.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
I don't think I've cast it yet with Delirium. It's mostly just been an envelop, but if I ever do that, it'll be pretty good too. It'll be better than envelop. So.
Oh yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, I really appreciate you sharing your deck.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys again for our next deck tech, and we appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much.